Yo, yo, Tony D back with this is the first video for this, 2 shops, 1 collector. I hit up 2 shops, Speeding Bullet and New World. Both great shops, great employees, great atmosphere, love them both. Let's see what I got. So your boy went ahead and pulled, oh, wait a minute, there's the brown bag. Oh yeah, nothing better than a brown bag full of comics. Let's start off with this bad boy. Yeah, Judge Dredd by Brian Boland. Masterpiece edition. Totally excited to see that. I was hitting up my buddies, Christian from Austria and my buddy from school, my hometown, my home slice, Russ Alexander. Shout out to you as well, bud. He's a cool dude. So is Christian. They both are Judge Dredd fans, and this will be something fun maybe I can do with both of them. I would totally like to get them two together and check out some Judge Dredd, just kind of be casual, go over some stuff. You know, like it's the fun thing about comics is like talking and sharing with your friends, man. They're both my friends, and I'd like to do that with them. We'll figure something out. And, you know, yeah, I mean, this is also like, oh, this is so good. Gaze into the Fist of Dread. Man, this is going to be so fun to read. It is, I don't know what you would call it, but it's like the rough sketches, you know what I mean? Like, it's the raw stuff. Like, I'm totally into it. Yeah, see, like, it's, oh man, it's the total, like, copies before, you know, you go to production. I'll have to do some research and get into that. We'll see what's up. Yeah, that's good stuff. This is going to be so fantastic. So yeah, I could get into this I just saw the Michelin Man. We'll at least give you that little niblet. Yeah, that's funny. Wonder what's up with that. But so yeah, totally looking forward to doing something cool with this for everybody. Shout out if you're a Dredd fan. I am big time. Now what's funny is I was talking to Dan at Speeding Bullet about Judge Dredd, and it was like, I was asking him, you know, did you ever get into Dredd? And he was like, nah, it really wasn't, you know, wasn't there available, really. And it really wasn't. You couldn't go in at 7-Eleven and hit the spinner rack and see Judge Dredd. It was like, you had to go to like head shops, obscure places. Like, I didn't even know comic shops existed at the time. So whatever I wasn't finding at the grocery store on the magazine rack or 7-Eleven on the spinner rack, that was my only place to get stuff. So Judge Dredd just wasn't there. But in high school, there was a band called Anthrax. You might be familiar with them. They had a song, I Am the Law, and they wrote a bunch of songs that were inspired by books, a lot of Stephen King. But this one in particular, Steven Slagle, shout out to him, man. It'd be cool if he saw this video just to get his shout out. He was like, Anthrax badass. You need to, you know, check this out. So I did, and that's where I found out there was a comic book, you know, that song was based off of, because the song was really cool. And you just kind of get into it, you know, you go down the rabbit hole of, you know, what's this all about? So there you go. That's how I got into Judge Dredd. But then you had to find it in all these obscure places like head shops or, you know, then a comic shop. Like I said, I didn't know they existed. Absolute Evil. This is absolutely a fantastic. There is some kind of connection. New Comic Book Day had a comic that gave some hints about the Absolute Mirror Master communicating with the main Marvel or DC Universe Mirror Master. And I want to say maybe it was our boy Brainiac, But anyways, those were your hints. And Wonder Woman had hints in early issues where she was aware of other heroes. So they've always given these little hints that this is coming, where it's going to come together. And I mean, we're getting there. Absolute Evil is, oh man, I would get it. I'm just going to say it, man. Get like 2 of these if you can. This is one of those issues where there's, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's key things that happen in here where, remember when Absolute Batman first came out? I wish I bought 2 of those. And I didn't. And it turned out to be a hit. But I think this one is, if you have the money, you know what I'm saying? But if you're a speculator or anything like that, for me, having the extra one gives me some, you know, trading opportunities. I really don't want to make money off of selling comic books, but I'm glad people do. But I want to, and you know, you never know. One day when you get older and you're passing a collection down, like I bought a collection from a guy at work. Shout out to JC. He's the one that sold it to me, but he bought like 2 issues of an Amazing Spider-Man run that was like, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you realize like how good you did by doing that? And it was the Hobgoblin run. Now, there wasn't 2 of the first appearance, but he had 1 in there. I'm going to do a review of it, like a different type of review. But so Absolute Evil, if you can, get you 2 copies, man, just to have one. I really feel like this is the launching of something, you know, very special that they're going to deliver to us. I know a lot of people that, not a lot, but there's some people that aren't into it, and that's cool. But if you are into it, this is one that is important. And there are things going on in some other issues, like I got 2 of these as well. Now, I'm not going to say get 2 of everything I'm throwing out. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And I bought another copy, and I'm going to show you why I did it. I think that's the big thing, is why I do what I do. So you have this, you know, I'm going to do a little spoilage here, so click off if you don't want spoil action. In this issue, Superman 30, you have one of the Darkseid's Legion of Superheroes, the evil version. She has a dream or a vision of a final god, is what she says. And that's Absolute Superman. So you have that appearance. Now, I'm not sure, I don't know as far as speculating wise what that means, but in this, the Omega Act, usually these preludes, man, I don't really get into them. I feel like it's just kind of a waste, really. Like, however, you have throughout this whole issue, I'm going to give you the spoilage. Actually, man, don't look at it like spoilers. Look at it like I'm smarting you up to make the purchases you need to make. Like, because for me, I'm buying 2 of these because for me, they're pivotal key issues in my mind. And that's why I'm doing it. And sometimes knowing that, like sometimes I'll get little feeds on Microsoft Edge where comic book resources will give me some clues. So the comic book resources help me out to where, you know, when I'm going to purchase something, you know, I'm better armed, you know, with knowledge of what to get, not to get, because that's kind of the buyer I am. I do want to read the stories, but getting little bits of information like that helps me. Like sometimes I find something out, I've got to run back, man. Like I get that feeling like I'm missing out. It's called FOMO. It's a phenomenon. It's real, and I can't stand it. But that's part of the love of the game. So these 2 characters in this prelude are on Krypton. They're Kryptonians, and they're looking at some ancient wreckage. And they're piecing together some clues that they're finding that they were making a soldier, and Booster Gold and Time Trapper which I don't know how I feel about that with Doomsday, like being all skinny. It's kind of weird, but whatever. They're going on a little trip through time, trying to figure out how they can save the day when it's helpless. And I will tell you this, the Legion of superheroes, the Dark Legion, they're pretty persistent. They ain't playing around. They are loyal to the soil. So these two characters, they keep going back. You know, you flip to these two, and you're getting more keys. Of course, there's the Darkseid, you know, Omega. And you get to a point where those two characters find a clue on this ship that they translated something on this. It's kind of like a thumb drive to me, where it talks about an ultimate weapon, but what it really says, it's absolute champion. So that's kind of funny, man. Kind of a dig at Marvel and their ultimate, but I mean, it's obvious, right? Absolute champion. So there you go. It's coming together. So this Prelude, I would totally recommend it. And that's why I got it. I actually got two. So your boy is doubling up. And it's okay. I wouldn't recommend you do what I'm doing because it's, you know, I'm probably doubling up too much, but whatever, man. Like when I get a good giveaway, like I could have an absolute major giveaway with like interconnecting titles like Superman, The Prelude, Absolute Evil. It's gonna be cool, and I want to do something special for the subscribers. So yeah, Superman. I got 2 of these 30s. Totally am good with that. I got that at New World. You know, the cool thing about New World and Speeding Bullet is sometimes what I can't find at one shop, the other one will have it. It just works out. New World has, I've been finding a lot of little keys, and we'll get to that. And they're just real cool. I was telling Ash down there, shout out to him. He's super helpful. That like, I totally dig finding these little keys, you know. And it's not because I'm speculative. It's just cool having stuff like that. And I have these little key stickers where I mark them. I sent Gotham and Glam some too, but it's really cool. Yeah. So I have a little section that I named that. And so on to the New World pile. It's pretty big. I'm going to take the ride, man. Stephanie Phillips, totally dug her. I have a run of Grimm. Totally had fun with that. And I think I'm going to have fun with Ghost-Spider. This is my first Spider-Gwen title, so I'm excited. There's a villain in here. This is really what hooked me in. Like, this villain is nasty. Like, pretty brutal. And Silk, I totally dig Silk. Yeah. So this character right here, this is something new. And it'll be interesting, you know, if you're into keys, I think that's a key. I like stuff like that, man. Hopefully it's an original type villain. I just want to see original stuff right now where I'm at. Totally got to read that, so I'm not getting the tape action. So, man, let's keep this rolling. It's a big pile, my friends. So, boop, look at that. Yeah, it is absolutely evil. So, doubling up. Actually, I think I have 3 copies. Like, that's how bad I'm getting right now. Like, I really just want to have something special for somebody. Yeah, and it's like, I'm totally not going to sell it. Like, I just, you know, Ash made a good point. He goes, hey, man, whatever people do to enjoy the hobby, that's their prerogative. And I was like, you know, you're right, man. Like, totally right. Just because you don't like something someone's doing doesn't mean it's wrong or it's not enjoyable. It's just not your thing, man. That's cool. Man, I like that. That's a positive attitude. And that's what I'm all about, man. Keeping it positive. Negativity sucks. Stay away from that crap. Batman. I totally wanted this cover when I saw it. It is, I believe it's Tim Drake. I totally dig him as a Robin. Always have. And it's just cool having the alternating cover. Like, I'll show you, man. Like, if you're a Batman fan, you already know what's up. Pop, pop, pop. Your boy be trying to get organized, and I am not good at it. Just by the, let me know what you think of that if you've read Immortal Legend. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to keep going or not, but, we shall see. So, your boy's having problems, but you get it, man. It's Batman, the same pose, so I thought it was cool. And I totally dig, yeah, DC, shout out to them, man, for giving you the cover A with the alternate. So for $1, you're getting a little bit more. This writer and artist, they jive together. It's really good. Yeah, Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez. It's really good. Especially the tech stuff. There's a really cool flow whenever he's busting out his tech. That's important. Really is, because Batman is, that's a huge part of his makeup, is his tech. In the 60s, it was a joke, oh man, shark repellent. I remember it was so campy and such a joke, just everything on that utility belt. But man, let's keep it rolling. And you know what I do? Every stop, I am picking up my Stormwatch. So I got issue 14 and issue 15. I'm collecting the whole series. Trying to focus on the first volume. And I want all the volumes. I just want the complete thing. This is my thing. I want the complete collection. Thorough. And some people are probably like, man, why are you collecting that crappy book? And it's well, I like it. There you get back to the prerogative. It's 90s gold for your boy. And there's a lot of Jim Lee ties to that. Warren Ellis. You get to with Authority, as it morphed into the Authority, you got Mark Miller, Frank Quietly. You got some heavy hitters. And I'll show you some other stuff in another video later on where there's 3 renderings of their spacecraft that they base off. All 3 are fantastic. And I want to do a contest of, which one's the best and why. It's kind of like an essay thing. But all 3 of them are and one of the artists is very obscure. I was shocked. I'll probably throw those out there pretty recent. I might do it in this video. You never know. I have the photos. And I'm not going to say who drew what. I'm just going to leave it at that. And just which one is the best and why. I guess I could frame it who did which one, but that's too easy. You can Google. Plus, I like people's viewpoints, especially on art. So I also get some Authority because I'm collecting volume 1 and all the other volumes. So I'm at the point now where I'm just looking for cool, different covers, and you'll see that here. Authority's cool, man. I dug all those characters, especially Hawksmoor. See, that's original. That's what I'm talking about. Originality like that, we need more of that, and I think we'll get it. So, Authority Prime. Yeah, the cover just stood out. It's almost like a yearbook looking cover with all this stuff. I totally love it, man. It's raw, it's gritty, and it is cool. And when the movie, the talk of the movie has nothing to do with me collecting this. But when that hits, man, issue 1 is going to be tough. I should just be buying issue 1. Just get it over with. There's a Stormwatch where it's an expensive one where it starts morphing into the Authority. I have a bunch where you have some of Hawksmoor. Gosh, some of the other characters, it kind of highlights them. But yeah, man, I love my Authority. And this is kind of I think that's the best hawk girl, bird chick. Love it. Midnighter, totally cool. As far as probably not original, especially with Deathstroke and Batman, but hey, man, you kind of roll with it. But Hawksmoor, let me know if there's a character similar to that before his creation. Let me know, because it's pretty original. aliens kidnapping you and experimenting on you to where you interact with cities, where cities are like a living entity to you and you can communicate. It's like, yeah, it is crazy. So volume 1, number 28, have 27. So there you go. Mark Miller. He's a good author, man. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, his writing is really good. You know, that first run of the Ultimates was like, it was pretty spectacular. And that was really the launch of the whole, like, let's have a dedicated universe separate. And then, I mean, here we are, man, like talking about the, you know, the absolute universe. You got the Ultimates kicking again. Man, it's a great time to be a comic book fan. Boom, got me a Youngblood. Totally, you know, $2, man. Like, I'm collecting all the Youngblood stuff, and that's gonna get hot, man. He's relaunching it, and I say, you know who he is. It's Liefeld. I totally love his stuff. And I can get into it where, yeah, he ain't doing the interiors, but having the covers are cool. Jim Toe. It's good to have. Collecting all, you know, as much as I can. Totally excited about the relaunch. Hopefully there was a lot of things left unfinished from the 90s, and I hope we get some kind of finish. They tried, like through the 2000s, they really tried, but it just wouldn't happen, man. Those guys are like fighting with each other. It's like, knock it off, man. Or do it on your own. If you can't get along, just do it, man. We want it. The fans want it. But I would like to see collaboration. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm also collecting all the Who's Who, DC. I might do the Marvel Universe one later, but man, DC, like, man, it's nostalgic for me. I would read these over and over. They're just cool to have. As far as a kid goes, it's great to have these and read them. You know, and Speeding Bullets, shout out to them, man. They have a high awareness of, and they support programs to get books to kids. And I was watching a YouTube thing with Matt Price, totally cool dude, where it's like scientifically, you know, proven that the more reading material you have in your house, the better that your children are going to read. And just reading, it's what increases your intelligence, expands your imagination. So shout out to Matt, man. That's very special to me to know that he's involved in that. And I met another guy there. He's into it as well. So it's important. And comic books provide that avenue. Oh man, Judge Dredd. Why did Tony get that? There's something about the cover. It's Boland, of course, but I don't know. There's something nostalgic that just drew me to it when I saw it. Like when I saw that, I was like, boom, gotta have it. And that's what your boy did. Love my Judge Dredd stuff. You know, another part of that's endearing about it is just the rarity of it. And when I say rare, probably not rare, but like hard to get, hard to find. You had to go to those dark places sometimes, you know, these weird head shops. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But there's something about this cover. Like, I'll actually put this in, I have a category, cool covers. There's just something about it. And it's not just a head on a pike. It's, I don't know. Maybe I saw it when it first came out back in the day somewhere. Who knows? But I totally enjoy. I can stay in the comic shop forever. Just flipping, man. Like, I'm a comic shop rat, man. Like, my nephew can't stand it. He gets his stuff and he's ready to go. He's over there doing the pee-pee dance. Like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, dude, your uncle lives here. So, got me some Alpha Flight, and I'll do some explaining. So, New World, they have some cool keys, and I like getting these little keys. I have a little section for them. First appearance of Heather Hudson as Vindicator. Her, if you were into the series, husband was the Vindicator and met a tragic end, and it was like There was a lot of drama with Alpha Flight. I loved this series when I was younger. I had a copy. You know, I say series, like I think I had one copy of it highlighted Marina in it and introduced the Master of the World, but I could just read it over and over, and it's such underrated, maybe, but there's just some nostalgia there. Like, it's really cool, and the way that Wolverine is like part of that just makes it even cooler. And there's a lot of original stuff that came with this. And so yeah, this one has the little keys, and I'll show you what I do with my little key action. Yeah, I bought a bunch of books today, but you know what? I love it. I don't care. So I take my little key stickers. I love having these things. Sometimes I'll print out why it's a key and put it in the back. But you know, just having that there, that tells me you got a key, son. Oh yeah, shout out to Rubber Band Spawn making an appearance. Yeah, Rachel's cool. She works at Speeding Bullet. I highly recommend you check her out. She's very nice and professional, and she spends time with you to figure out, you know, how to help you the best and get you started, man, if you're new. Totally love it. Another key. This one's really cool. It's the first published cover art by Jim Lee at Marvel. Totally glad I have this. Jim Lee, like, man, that dude can draw. Yeah, I remember that from the 90s. X-Men, like 3 million copies. Like, the dude set a record. So, he ain't no chump, man. Jim Lee is the man, but totally glad to have this cover. It's cool. I can sit here and stare at it for a while. Like, and with it being Wolverine, come on, man. What are you going to do? Totally dig that. Jim Lee. I always like finding little keys like that. Like, you know, first cover for DC, this person's artwork. It's like, McFarlane has some. Gosh, what was it, Dr. Fate? I don't know, man. It's just big rabbit hole, a lot of research. I love doing research. I love learning. So, man, we'll put that on the blue. So we got the key. Now, this one right here, I'll save this one for last. This is not a key. However, this cover, for some reason, whenever I see this cover, just the whole, this right here, this Punchin' Wolverine, there's something about that is iconic for me, classic for me, and just, I mean, it is such an epic uppercut. I'm going to say it is the most awesome uppercut on the cover of any comic book ever. If you know one that's better, let me know. We'll leave it at that. So I went in and got it, man. Like, you know, $3. Can't beat it. Oh, it's so cool, man. It's just whack. Just that straight line. Walk. And Punchin' Wolverine, that's not easy, man. That adamantium skull, you know what time it is. So probably a long video, but you know what? Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully someone got something out of it. And like I said, 2 shops, 1 collector.